one last time. The gang all back.
Well, who knows? Might not be the last hurrah.
True.
Chain of Corruption is going to go down again as Tolkien tries to flash away. Volley slows him up. Broken Blade needs another auto. And the experimental Hex Blade there doing a lot of work. Diana coming in as Caps comes around for the chase. The Rob flashes over the wall. Caps now on the receiving ends of Agawin's pain, but G2 have 3. And NNO lose a man on top.
Kind of impressed with Skewmon on the accuracy there and the Mystic shots, managing to connect with all.
Yeah, has that Triforce complete now. First tower of the game going over to G2, and it was a minute and 25 seconds ago I said, kind of good for NNO that they're not 5k down, and now they're teetering towards it. 4.5.
Still not there, okay? We're still not there. There is time.
The NNO hopeful in the crowd still holding on to the fact. They took a Drake, and they're only 4k down. Flash from Karmine, misses the bandage shot, Chain of Corruption coming out. The Rob looks to retreat, but his spacing not the best there. Cancelled an auto and will be autoed down by Brookie.
50% of the deaths there, G2 to LeBron as he ends up getting caught.
No, he's more than that, because NNO have 6 kills and he has 5 deaths, man. Yeah.
I'm looking at the wrong side of the score.
You were being very generous to that ass. As Agawin goes in, gets the double ultimate, but is taken out by G2. Almost survives in the end, does go down. Full of time as well.
Run, Carney!
With Carney's combination. Choose Your Mirage goes wide. Caps on the chase, flash away from Brokey. Karney, unfortunately, that mummy is going to continue to be sad. Brokey's going to die. And Skewmon's just going to wait for the last possible moment. Oh, man! Things could be buoyed up, you know? We've got the tier 1 towers down. That means G2 have to push further towards you, which means you get same lane as you. And they have more ways to dodge around, you know? Oh, the damage from Skewmon. The bandage shot is going to hit Custom Mummy. Not going to be used, but the time to come out as Agawin dives in, lands a double, but they manage to get one out. Hans Summer surviving. Caps comes in from the trigger again soon when those ultimates up. Those flashes won't be available to G2. Hans Summers is down for the next 4 minutes or so. G2 are pushing through mid here. Do have the Rift out as well. Mega Inferno Bomb coming down to try and cull the wave, but the slay of the cannon minion survives and Slay Bells ring as G2 take down the mid lane tier 2.
I know I am listening to what you were saying.
Are you listening?
Honestly, I think G2, again, like, this is kind of what you'd expect from a pro team, just better macro and now gonna kill Tolkien again.
Poor guy, man. He went there and back again, but Tolkien falls in the end. Prepped these for years, man.
Starting to come in on the back end. Is Hans Summer caught here?
Okay. What can you do, Tolkien? Boomerang out, Hans Summer trying to retreat his way away. No, Brokey flashes forward as well, just to make sure. If it's Corky's tank, and it does have the upgraded Mercury treads as Karney goes in once again onto LeBron. Now needs to try and get out, and this is one of the problems with the Moo support. If you do not have the backup and the damage, it takes you a long time to waddle your way back to safety.
How much of that was on Moo versus Karney just not having anyone around him, you know?
Little column A, I mean, a Moo, it's thematic for him not to have anyone around as Tolkien is in the ground once again. Caps looking for the chase, Agawin able to dodge his way out, but G2 now really running the map. There's no way.
Oh, no.
It's met by Broken Blade, a piercing arrow. And he hits those. BB.
Play. Like, I think we are going to see more of this from Broken Blade in the future. I think this is now, like, it's open for
Broken Blade takes down No Way. NNO, we haven't really seen a 5v5. And I think that is where this composition is the best.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they're tanky enough.
No. That's kind of rude, I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, and I assume it's a 20-minute one as well. As the arrow connects it, Blue Buff trying to be stolen away, Curse of Mummy coming out, but Skewmon just dodges away, and the bullet time hits absolutely nothing. Skewmon making like Neo and dodging all of it. A double for Skew. Tolkien trying to get the one down as Hans Summer gets the nine to the wall, flash away with a cleanse. NNO just can't find purchase. G2 rip him to pieces. 2-shot barrage comes out. We'll give vision on Karney and Brookie. Hans Summer standing here looking. See perhaps if they can find a fight. Caps is a little bit isolated. Charlotte Kusalao is going to hit onto the backline there. And now Caps begins to turn it around. Hans Summer dashing forward onto Brookie. Caps in the 2v1. Agawin dashing onto him. Caps does go down, but with the volley support and the follow-up, the rest of NNO fall around No Way. And I'm afraid his name is eponymous. No way out for him. He gets one, but he'll fall for it.
And look, at least NNO are still trying things, seeing if they can make it stick, but unfortunately for them, G2 is now going to open up their base. and start to make their way in towards the next.
Yeah, triple grubs for them. They can push in very quickly here. It's early in the game, so short respawn time is for NNO. 10 seconds on Brokey and Karmine. He's had the right idea.
Yeah, I agree.
And now they're out of the league, so maybe it was the wrong idea, who knows?
But they still do the apparel stuff, right? So they have something going.
Brokey caught out here, the Scryer's Bloom spotted him alongside Agrin, who will dash in onto Broken Blade, but he just gets deleted. G2 31-11, 56 petals to 16.
And that was without the exhaust being used. Yeah.
That's the big difference maker, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 respectable 1v1s. LeBron broke the truce there, sending an arrow at Tolkien when he was fighting against Karni, who doesn't land the bandage toss and might be in need of a little bit of a bandage repair himself. He does, in the end, get onto LeBron, but he dies for it.
I respect Karni in that one because he respects the rules of supportive combat.
Yeah, it was
he only did damage to LeBron.
Valid.
Yeah. And you know what? I salute him for that. I think that's well necessary. Talking goodbye, mate. Jesus, that was just gone.
Someone chucked the ring into Mount Doom there. It's just like, no, everything's destroyed. It's all gone. It's all doomed. Triple in him.
the front yard, everything.
Broken Blade has a flank position here. Chain of Corruption is going to land again as NNO are just being ripped to pieces inside their own base. 1,000 gold for Agarin! Maybe that's the start of the comeback for NNO. I think not, though. As Karni comes out, Kirsten Sad Mummy for the stun. Karni unable to pick one up. LeBron ignited, not quite.
Oh,
the Ash survives as G2 pick up the first win of Wraithful League of its own 2025. Opponents. Also gives you a bit of a wombo combo with the Wukong, Cyclone and Magnet Storm, Shockwave there, and there's the Braum from Los Ratones.
Yeah, that was my worry, was if you don't take the Braum yourself, you end up giving that Braum across, and he's very strong with, you know, answering for that Wukong. Especially, like, Yukino's played this really well. Covered, Dragon on the bottom side of the map, uses then his clear to move back up and towards his top side, is going to get access to all 3 of the Void Grubs. Then you're going to try and match with a Dragon on this bottom side, but KC starting to rotate in towards mid, to match.
It allows you to take those plates a little bit quicker. You've got 5 minutes left with those plates on the map, so this trade very much is about trying to get that.
Or stop the full scaling and just go for these fights. Like, we got options as Kamilu, that's not where you want to be, lad.
Yeah, Kamilu getting caught out. There's the Emperor's Divide going down. Shockwave lands, but he doesn't really have an escape. Los Ratones on the board first.
We'll wait and see whatever comes in third.
Good point, good point. I feel like Mountain Dragon.
I feel like this is how scientific research works.
Hey, look, no fight. Oh, Kamilu looking the shot with Magnusum comes in. There's the culling. Living up to his name as Velia falls first. Emperor's Divide keep Nemesis and Reckless safe, and they will some big proxies. Okay. Yukino is right here, Baus.
Yeah.
Where are we going? Round the corner, round the bend, perhaps, as Baus is about to be dismounted from Skull, who'll run to the nearest bush. He flashes away, but Kalist is there. He charges straight into the wall, and Baus will fall. Kalist gets him. The next kill a lot quicker as Tau has to flash away on the bottom side. Los Ratones looking to collapse, knowing that KC were taking their time taking down Baus.
No public execution for Tau. This is a little risky staying under the tower.
Goes and clears out the minion wave. Redemption comes out, but they just don't have the damage yet. It's only a Nash's Cataclysm used as well in the end. Los Ratones will take him out. It's a lot longer than they would have liked, and while this is happening, you've got a wave pushing in topside for Kamilu, a Rift Herald begun by Yukino, and the mid lane pushed in by Kalist. TP comes back as KC. I mean, they might look for the fight here.
Sometimes you just like the simplicity, right?
Exactly.
It's an easier life. You don't have to think about what's best in this situation. It's a pink one.
The only decision you really had to make was when do I get oracles? Because if I die
with Dragon up.
So what are you doing? Are you gonna try and take the fight? Los Ratones setting in as 3. You can also come in from the side as well. Prime looking for it, flashed away from Crownie. Shadowing Strike was about to find the stun. At the moment, a 5v4 in Los Ratones' favor, but Tao's on his way across on that Mbessa. Baus having to jump away. Scuttlecraft going over to Los Ratones. The Magnet Storm onto 2. Bomb against the follow-up. The womboist of combos. A Cyclone on Velia blows him away as KC take the fight 3-0.
That was clean from KC. The immediate jump onto the Azir. Doesn't even get a half a second to use that Emperor's Divide. And KC starting to run away with this.
Yeah, that was pretty devastating. A 3,000 gold lead now as well for them. They get their second Drake. They'll get a tower on the bot side just to extend that lead. And Yukino finding the backline alongside Prime with that engage. Perfectly played by them.
Really well executed, and it's, again, because you've got those three
on him. Shadow Flame and Ludens finished on Camilo. Kalisto on his way across it, does have the Infinity. Has public execution going down onto Bounce, who does still hold onto his flash. There's a culling, he'll use it to dash away. Now dismounted, and Kalisto comes in for a bit more of a chase. Redemption not in time when it comes out, but isn't enough healing. The Cyclone used on Nemesis as well. The Emperor's Divide, not enough to keep him safe. Velia now needs to get out, has to flash, but Yukino will chase him down. A counter redemption won't be enough for the auto. On his way, the red buff, I think, actually from Yukino secures the kill, and across the map, Los Ratones are being taken out.
The fact you're losing on both sides of the map is a disaster for Los Ratones, and KC now are opening the base, starting Anakan, pushing mid, and just doing everything you could possibly want, although Tao might need to dip from here.
He has the flash, he'll jump onto Crownie, flashes the wall. Crownie, good, using the explosive shot there to get the jump back in, gets the shutdown. Meanwhile, on the top side, Yukino has started up the Alakan. TP coming out from Nemesis. It's actually Baus who's going in with the TP alongside Nemesis. The two-man squad gonna charge towards the Alakan. They don't have a smite though, and Yukino does, but it's Kamilu. This top side, Nemesis perhaps a little bit overextended. Yukino looking for that flank position. Prime's on his way. Does not quite have the flash. The Emperor's Divide out. He takes that. It's a big ultimate used as Callistus jumped on by Baus, but can dash across the wall with the relentless pursuit. Yukino caught out with the Glacial Fish, but another ultimate invested by Los Ratones. Velia looking for that Cataclysm. Tao's going to TP in. The Cyclone once again to stop Velia finding the engage. Perfectly played by Yukino, and it will mean 2 more kills over to the boys in blue.
Yeah, I mean, the overcommitment there from Los Ratones.
Oh, Prime, the Magnet Storm! A public execution of monstrous proportions for KC. They find 2 more, only Crownie remains standing. And KC have ripped the game away. You know, having the time of his life here on the stage. Another Drake over to them, sole point now for KC. There's a Baron Avenge ward coming out from KC. Prime's going to try and keep that jungle at bay. Reckless on his way, puts the ward down, but unless Velia can get close enough to the pit, the steal is pretty minuscule as a possibility. Velia is nearby. They dive onto Baus with the Cyclone. They lock him up, and Skull runs for the hills. Baus should have done the same. A public execution in with the Glacial Fish stopping Tao in his tracks. He'll be taken down. Yukino still sitting on the Baron, but they don't really have the protection for him to do this now. They're going to tank it. The Magnet Storm in. Reckless falling low. They dive onto Velia. Yukino unstoppable, but it's a 1-for-1. Both supports traded. Velia needs to try and get back in, but it's already smited. KC take the Baron. A flash away from Kamilu. The Emperor's Divide doesn't find him. Kamilu survives. Callisto with a dash away.
Oh my god!
How? How did you survive that? The range, you can see Kamilu having a whale of a time as Tao caught out a little bit here. Cataclysm has to flash out a bit. Meanwhile, on the bot side, Callisto and Yukino just pushing in for the inhibitor. Los Ratones trying to defend with the charge. Yukino able to back away for now. Reckless going in, looking for those concussive blows. The Bounce dives a little bit too greedily, a little bit too deep. A TP behind him as Bounce will fall first, and now KC are on the march.
And there go, oh, the
perfect execution hits onto Nemesis. Emperor's Divide out from him to try and protect, but he can't get back to the rest of his team easily. The first Nexus Tower down, the Shockwave does fall short of catching onto Velia. Tao keeping Nemesis at bay. Callis trying to take down the second Nexus Tower as Tao is clipped with the Winter's Bite. But that second Nexus Tower is going to fall as the Unbreakable, unable to stop it. Meanwhile, the dive in from Velia, he just dies immediately, as does Reckless. Los Ratones routed by KC as they clean up Crownie in the fountain. KC take it with an 11K lead.
Message received from KC. With multiple members playing together for the first time, they look clean on the stage here in Munich.
Really solid stuff from them. Took a while for the game to start, but when it did, they really exploded into life. A massive advantage, handshakes and fists. Entirely correct. Jace, the final lock, that's going top? So is it Aatrox jungle?
It might, Aatrox, you know, I was saying...
I need to look at the patch though, man.
Aatrox did get buffs on his jungle damage, but so did Jace.
Oh, okay.
His grab, if you use it on terrain, so you can honestly stand quite aggressively.
Oh, great hook. Hans Summer has to use the barrier underneath the tower, takes a shot.
I was going to say, LeBron can stand aggressively. Handsama can't.
Yes,
if he gets grabbed, it's generally a bad thing, as we saw there. Does hold on to the flash, though. Only burns the barrier himself.
Nice pass from Yike as well. Went Razor Beaks into Wolves. Gromp now can look for a level 3 gank as the dive materializes from G2. They're going for Kalist. Good knock up on Hansama. Needs one more order. Will get it. It'll be a 2-for-1. In the end, you have to feel in favor of KC. Hansama gonna get chased down. The flash from Prime will find him. 2-1 for first of the game, and the first for either team as the Infernal Dragon is secured. Yike did poke his nose in, and a little bit of a prod. We'll go back to...
Pokemon not level 6 yet, though, so doesn't get the feast stack.
Oh, true, actually, yeah. I have the track ended, and then I just played ARAM Mayhem for about a month. So I don't know the Cho'Gath jungle tech.
Yeah, I did see a lot of AP Cho'Gath in ARAM Mayhem.
Oh, LeBron is dead.
Oh, yeah.
That was a really poor positioning all around from LeBron. Just walked into the lane. Maybe he was looking to catch out Kamilu. Wasn't able to do so, so he put 6 feet under by KC, who have once again extended an early game lead here, about 1,000 gold ahead for them.
And specifically Prime is getting pretty fed, which you love to see.
Skumon looking for Kalist. Doesn't have the flash, but does have the barrier. No Featherstorm available to him. 6 now hit for Skumon, but Hansama takes it with the axe and
LeBlanc and Draven, you know, which if they fall behind can feel really useless. So this is exactly what G2 wanted.
Broken Bay going all out. Look at Tower, doesn't have that flash. KC though, we brought 3 players to a top lane fight. And Prime now 3-0-1. Once again, it's the Church of the Crank. Kamilu looking to go between worlds and get in here, but can't really find the engage. Good knock-up with the Rupture from Skumon. Will feast the blue buff and take himself a little bit of the KC jungle away. Hansama keeping Kalist at bay as well. No way that Xayah can really approach the tower by herself. Kamilu might come in and help out.
Don't worry, the Fed Blitzcrank is on his way.
Man, look, he's got a Kindle Gem and a Hope. As the Grubs will be secured by KC. 3-0 for them. A lot of the intricacies of the champion, but also understands that she can just be really good at poking. And finding small advantages, dashes back in with a double distortion. Really well played by Kuwait. The chains from Caps. Ooh, just a sliver wide.
Could have been dangerous to have that landed. Oh, LeBron in trouble.
And he is going to get pulled in here. In the middle of KC, Skumon looking for the Rupture, or even the silence across the wall. Caps dives onto Kalist, down to 200 HP. The Rocket Belt from Skumon, the whirling whip from Hansama, not connected, but look at the damage onto Yike. Kalist with a good sidestep. Skumon looking for a little bit more with Prime, forced to flash away. Kamilu diving in between worlds, he dashes back. Caps looking for the chains, lands them onto the body.
Real recourse from KC there. Dragon going to be secured here by Skumon. Doesn't have the feast, unfortunately, again for this, but they'll take the second dragon.
You see how close he was to killing Yike with the feast in that last fight? It was like...
Despite the gold being even overall, Hansama putting so much pressure down.
Trading into Prime, the feathers pulled back, but Blade Caller won't find his mark. Rupture just short as well. Yike trying to get him from the side with Darking Blade, and Hansama with a barrier, not gonna save himself. Kamilu takes the kill now. Skumon on the retreat, pulled back, but the Infernal Chains just gets out of range. Won't be pulled into KC. Kamilu still chasing him down, but in the end, KC will back away. I do apologize, I was confusing Opportunity and Voltaic like we saw for a moment, because Opportunity has that longer cooldown. Why weren't you protecting
under him?
Yeah, so, of course I went for the axe. Yes, it led me into the middle of the entire enemy team, but you should have helped me out. Should have been there with me. The hook landing here as LeBlanc tries to dreadfline his way away, but he's taken out as well. KC now 7-4. G2 could collapse if they so choose. Kamilu TPing towards the mid lane. Strictcode already taken out, though. Another hook's going to land onto LeBlanc, and then just no saving him.
He just got back.
And the guy's spending more time in grayscale than with a color screen right now. Yike hit with the chains, though, and in goes Broken Bay. Good double knocker with the Rupture on towards that backline. Tau having to run away. The Intofu finds the knockback. Kalist falls as G2 have found 2. They're looking for Prime as well. Caps can jump across the wall. Will go in with the distortion. Another hook. It's onto the Kasante. Evening out the trades in this fight. Skumon falling lower. Kamilu with the 2-fold Hex will find another.
Take back. You can see the unfortunate spot, and this great knockback from Broken Blade gets so much value. But the retreat to the tower.
Oh, we have another fight. Yike's just dead.
Wow.
Got a Collector and a Bloodthirster. Kamilu trying to fist bump with his team. No one joining in. Is this sign of a schism within the KC rank? No one else pressed U when Kamilu did. Hextech Drake secured by G2. They're one away from the soul now. Ottercut up in 2 minutes time. Prime They're looking for the hook. Don't really want to land it onto Caps.
Yeah, the distortion ready to go back. And I feel like really, if you're landing a grab onto Hans Hammer specifically to start the fight, I think that's the angle for KC, but if you're not, he's just such a huge threat right now.
Oh, Tower's just gone for, man.
He's just gone.
Kasante's still a champion, my friends. Bramble Vest and Iceborne Gauntlet enough. The mid lane tower goes down as G2 begin to open up the map. They'll take... Man, Kasante is just still a champ, isn't he?
Yeah.
There's a few champions in the game that I'm like, unless this champion is dramatic, was a really broken part of her kit.
Why was that a thing?
Oh, yes, that is also another question. Prime, Hex flashes forward, looks for the hook. LeBron's going to get the Dread Line down first, and Prime... Well, it's odd that he went in, but G2 even out the score by finding 2. Caps gets a second on Calist. Camillu, Yike, and Tau trying to retreat, but Tau and Yike... Well, there's only one Rift Herald, and there are 2 of you to ride it. Who's got the golden ticket to jump in? It's Tau who'll charge away. Yike sacrifices himself for the life of his Jace, and Tau will have to thank his jungler for the escape plan.
That was sweet. That was sweet.
Yeah.
You know, giving a little exit route for your teammate.
But you've got my heart will go on singing, echoing in my ears. Oh, good knockback. Broken Blade, though, will go all out. He hits the only skill you have to is Kasante to get the kill, and there it goes.
Yikes, sacrificed himself for this. He let you live.
Sometimes sacrifice is in vain, man.
Yeah.
It's the way of the world.
There's not
Oh,
actually
BB's looking for more. Hans Sommer's here on the flank. Prime didn't realize that his jungle did not belong to him. LeBron lands the flash hook, and Hans Sommer secures the kill.
This is how you know Prime is the
Assault for G2. And 23 minutes into the game, they are in total control.
Hextech Soul.
Is it like a bluesy soul? Is it an upbeat soul? Like a reggae soul? Trying to give you like Louis Armstrong, you know, that sort of music, or
You know, I'm not the most...
Atlas is just better at this than I am. I think it's the way we go with Prime once again. Looks for the hook onto LeBron, but he's pretty tanky now. Stu on a Broken Blade on the flank with the Hextech gates. TP's coming out as well as Tau's on the wrong side of the rift and is just deleted. Skewmon gobbles up Yike as well. And now it's on Prime, Calist, and Camillu to try and survive. Broken Blade tanking the tower. The Hextech Soul for the slow from Caps. And now the tower, the prize for G2.
I mean, LeBlanc with the Hextech Soul is so annoying to play against. KC, I don't even think they can just defend the base at this point. They're going to lose their inhibitor here. They're just getting forced away.
Yeah, no waves nearby for G2 to look for more out of this, so I think it's just going to be the mid lane inhib. Oh my god!
Where'd he go?
Well, that...
I feel like, you know, the dive...
Oh, that is Broken Blade. Yep, okay. The search for a greater Prime still goes on. As now they dive onto Yike. G2 will take out their former teammate. And it's a cute Baron.
Yeah.
It's a cute Baron, you know?
I do love the hat.
But many hats. Oh yeah, Callista's dead again. Yes.
You know, I think this game, you know, started with him being Dove level 1. Not a fun time.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just gone downhill from there.
If you're G2 going into this game as well, that you're just going to say, who do we focus? We focus Yike and Calist.
Nothing really can do to stop them. Prime looking for a grab, but at this point...
Could run over and unplug the PCs.
I feel like
they
went for it, I'd respect it.
Some sort of technical interference should be allowed when you're 10,000 goal behind in a game of League. However you want to go about it, blindfolding the opposition, unplugging keyboards, monitors. Because right now, that's really the only way KC get back into this game, especially with this Hex Soul. It's just such a nuisance. Getting the slows down allows the Rupture to connect easier, allows the Distortion to go in. G2 take down 2 inhibs. Are looking for the Nexus towers now. LeBron looking for that hook. Can't quite land it onto Camillu, who will just jump away.
But Caps, poke at least.
Yeah, I mean, how decent is it, my dude? Because that is some decent poke right there. Caps heard you and wants to prove you wrong. That's how you poke out an enemy team. And G2 will wipe away KC. LeBron looking for the staggering blows here. The Rupture's going to land onto Camillu. Nom. Skewmon takes the kill. And G2 set up a date with T1 after this.
I don't think it's poke if he just kills him.
Going to go for the Vayne mid after all. Instead, it's an Akali, though. Definitely a pick that can get close to that Anivia and really, you know, maybe get some scrambled eggs on the table.
Can make it a bit tough though, because the wall, if Akali tries... Oh, we're already into it. Hansama.
Oh, it's absolute chaos on the rift, and Hansama's already down! First blood for FaZe, and in comes Doran to turn it into more. LeBron, 100 HP, gets under the tower, but flashed on! And pays with a double kill for 2 minutes.
Bottom side for his AD carry.
I'd be surprised if Ona moves into this bottom lane, but he's got the wraparound here. Actually, maybe an opportunity. Carrier goes forward. Lebrov dodges away from the sun and actually goes forward. He sets up for a kill. Hansama with the first one of the fight, and it's answered by FaZe.
FaZe still able to get that answer back, and honestly for Owner, using the fact that you have that quicker clear, kind of helping out here, because FaZe desperately needs this reset and the way to push in. But now Vi on the bottom side,
Hang on. FaZe! FaZe is down! Hansama finds the kill all by himself. Ona answers, but here comes Vi. Ona knocked into the wall, taken low, does not have his flash available, and he goes down. Scuba! Definitely the kind of game we were hoping for between G2 and T1. LeBron moves to the mid lane. Let's try and make sure. Oh, hang on. Broken blade, low HP. Doran walking underneath the tower. But he's being burnt, actually. BB's going to turn it around. Doran gets the magic shield, but he's cut down.
I'm looking at Owner once more, moving down into this bottom side. He's been beating Skewmon to the punch. He wants to see if he can do it again.
Ona does not want to let them get away with this on the magical journey as LeBron takes a tower shot as well. Hansama falls. Oh, he finds the Piltover Peacemaker! A double for Hans! Ona can't find his mark, knocked up, and he'll be taken down as a bonus on top. Versus Hansama, it's a 450 gold lead on the Caitlyn right now. Caitlyn, not a champion you want to be behind, but here we go. Ona's still the third bot laner for T1 at this point as Hansama getting damage out. Skewmon dives into the action. Ona chasing onto the G2 bottom lane, and FaZe has room to get these autos in, but Ona low on HP, and he's taken down again. Hansama still going! How are they getting away with this? And now Caps flies into the action and forces a flash out of Faker. The slow comes on down. Faker trying to escape with this one. Egg still available, but no teammates to follow up. In comes Vi, Skewmon taking him into the egg form, and it's going to be delicious. This bottom side catching a wave, but very low on HP. See, Hansama's already used his ultimate. I'm guessing that's how Doran got so low, but in they go. There's only so much you can do against an ultimatum. Cut into Hansama down, and Doran gets the gold. Ona now caught up in the river as FaZe trying to support his jungler. G2 have started these grubs off, but I think they might have to retreat on this one. Still positioning aggressively, and Doran dives in onto LeBron as well. Doran is looking for a second in the bottom side as in goes Caps in the mid lane. Faker down, Ona down. G2 with the grub here that, you know, we've got Ona taking the Mundo, we've got Faker taking the Anivia. They're referencing worlds. G2 are going ham.
I mean, we saw Faker play the Worlds, wasn't quite able to get the win. And Owner here forced to burn the ultimate very early. Means you're
way on this area. Oh, here we go. Frozen in time is Lebrov, stunned up, and that should be one for the side of T1. A bit of a freebie for them as Faker grabs that gold, pays underneath the tower, and Caps punishes, but also just gives him a drop.
So for T1, not looking too shabby, finding these small little picks in these small windows, but Carrier.
Okay, 1v1 with Hansama. I'm not sure this is one that Bard can win, and the cease and desist comes through as well. Skewmon is not letting him get away today.
Doran, no jungler, now gonna have to make magic happen for himself.
Hextech ultimatum, but Hansama has reinforcements this time. The route onto Doran, the trap will be there to follow it up. Huge damage from Hans as FaZe forced away the equal.
Look at Faker's build, right? Going for both of those scaling items. It's gonna be a while before this Anivia really comes online, so when you look at G2, they do have this kind of window to play with now of stacking the dragon, shooting to move people around the map, and right now they're reading G2's movement well, trying to cover on the bottom side. Faker still has egg.
Has the passive available of Rov moving in. Faker down to 300 as G2 have to back away the wall. Not enough as Caps gets that egg, but flashes towards FaZe. FaZe in the middle of all of them, they're low. Gets into the Tempered Fate, and LeBron over the wall as well. T1 low on HP, FaZe still firing away. Walks away with his life, but Hansama takes him out in the end. T1 are going fairly even though. Faker still alive in this one as Skewmon tries to find more, and Ona cuts down another. on the Mundo. Oda goes where he pleases. Skumon gets the shield though, as Oda taken down, and G2.
We're back to life.
Oh, here we go, Lebrov caught out T1 with a crucial pick, actually. Just to top carrier back up.
Yeah, good guy Doran ends up blocking the potential for the Void to get on towards the Bard by using his body, prepping the hook shots, making sure there was no real follow-up there.
G2 looking for the Herald here. T1 positioning like they want to fight for this one. Lebrov caught by the Tempered Fate. I don't know if there's much follow-up available as Skumon dives in onto Ona. Instead, Hansama exhausted though, so the damage isn't there, and Skumon goes down. In the meantime, a Hextech ultimatum on the backline, and Hansama is taken out as well. T1 finding a couple for themselves. Ona low on HP, but at the end of the day, he's Mundo. Maybe he can get back into the action anyway.
And it's also, oh, hang on.
Hang on, Carrier chased down, but does find the stun. Broken Blade caught by Ona. The healing coming on through. Broken Blade gets away with it again. A double kill.
Maybe he's able to turn it around.
I mean, the fact that Broken Blade finds that kill onto Pays probably denies.
T1 just wants the fights constantly. You're not willing to let anything go this game as Owner steps forward.
Area alongside him here. CC removal not there as LeBlanc trying to get some damage down. Hansama could be caught here as Doran comes in on the backside, but he's just not got the help. Pays forced away by Caps, and that's a perfect execution and a half! Caps taking 2 out like it's nothing.
The perfect execution into taking the magical journey for another kill to send himself back to the smoke. That was incredible from Caps. G2 looking clean coming into this 20-minute mark.
Double the kills of T1 right now. We're only 18 minutes in, and there is an absurd number of kills on the board. Herald taken, as BB's pushing up in that top side. He'll go for a reset. Hansama gonna have the reinforcements of the Herald in the mid lane, and that is all 3 tier 1s taken for G2.
3.5 minutes. They are looking primed and ready to take down the world champions. Caps.
Caps trying to chase out Carrier, but there's Hansama finding the follow-up. Coming into play with 3 dragons for G2 that Herald already used. Faker, he's out of mana on the bottom side, but Ona's here to help him out in the meantime. And all in the mid lane, Pays gonna be caught up, gonna be stunned up, and gonna be taken down as Hansama basically 1v1's Door and Faker for G2. They start this Halakan. Ona moving in. The equalizer actually used just to chunk Faker out on arrival, get a bit of damage on Ona. It's enough. And G2.
You see what their attempts are. It's just sit somewhere for picks and look for the TP in behind G2 here.
Carrier hunting for a stun, flashes, but doesn't find Hansama, and Hansama flashing away from the Tempered Fate and gets it on the fadeaway. Now the all-in from G2, Skumon in the middle of everyone. Equalizer finishing the job onto Pays, and Broken Blade diving onto Faker. That ain't gonna save you now. The Skumon looks for more onto Doran. It's going to be an absolute wipe for G2.
Which they're making sure T1 know, as they are now moving towards those space turrets.
Those are the important questions that we are answering today in Munich. G2 and T1 are 1-1 over the last 2 Red Bull League of its owns. And it's G2's opportunity to take the lead in that matchup. Towers galore across the map here for G2. They have every advantage they could possibly want. To be honest, for now, T1 in a great spot to make something ridiculous happen. This stakes.
There's now Carrier with the Ghosts, fishing for Broken Blade.
Tempered Fate, gonna keep him in place. Faker gonna look for the stun off the back of it. Not much damage coming through, to be honest. Broken Blade, pretty tanky, and Carrier is one-shot. What was that from BB? And now Pays rooted on up. Cap's gonna try and find his way in, but the wall denies his entry. Pays gets over the wall, and Caps can't really follow it up. Perfect execution to try and get over there. LeBron trying to 1v1 Faker. Faker TP's on out, can't quite get the CC down. Faker now able to look towards Hansama, but no! Denied by the brush. In comes Pays, but taken out by Caps in the end. Back-to-back world champion.
Yeah, let it be known in the best of 3 and Red Bull League of its own. G2 potentially. No, Carrier, don't do it. Okay, he's gonna eventually. You know?
True. What you gotta do him like that, Hector? Ona caught out in the jungle. Equalizer going out. Equalizer feels a little overkill, to be honest. I'm pretty sure that guy was dead.
Yeah, I don't think Owner was having the best of times. And he's still a ways away from getting to that level 16 as Doran tries to see if he can find caps. But G2, with this Red Bull Baron power play, going to start pushing in through this top side. And already that mid lane turret's gone. You don't really have a huge amount left as Caps. How sneaky can you be?
He's invisible. Can he get away with it? The stun comes on through from Faker. There's a bit of damage to follow it up. A couple of dashes from Caps, and he gets back over the wall. Carrier barely surviving himself. The Skewmond is here. LeBron following up with a bit of CC. Carrier solo on HP, but Caps can't really get back in the action. Broken Blade chasing as Skewmond is there to make an egg out of him. Is that a phrase? I think that's a phrase.
There's definitely egg on his face after that one. Is the punch through? Ends up killing Carrier on the backline as well. And it's Hans Sama. Oh my Jesus! Where'd he go?
Hans Sama's like, forget your fight, guys. He's just ending the game. The trap under the teeth, it just one bang Zoran at land. 45-16. What a game here between G2 and T1. T1 jumping onto the stage and being reminded what Europe can bring to the table.
G2 considering the dive, but they do end the game. They ended the game. G2 taking down.
Absolute giga scaling for T1. As it's going to be a hook jump here for Carney. So it is Brand, I assume.
Bot lane, yeah.
Bot lane, yeah. I was going to say AD carry, but hopefully not. Absolute monster. The massive scaling. As you get higher levels, you get so much AD as long as fights go on. He's stunned under the tower. Trying to go for a dive there. The hook flashed away from by Carrier. And NNO can't quite turn it around, and it means that they keep getting just whittled down. Owner is on a ward, and NNO immediately start to flee on the bottom side. Another ward there. Owner flashing for it. Those stun comes on through, but both of them get away. Brokey has a lantern as well. And NNO will get away with their lives.
Able to disengage safely from the situation. Good news for NNO, but they're still suffering in this bot lane 2v2.
Oh, the flash from Baze even dodges though.
The fact they had that big CS lead in the bot lane and then get that kill. Great start for T1 on the bot side of the map, and I don't know, looking for a bit more here. Oh no.
Oh, no, back in, and it's another. The longer these fights go on, if you don't know his ahead, he's got a passive, you'll see it underneath his health bar. The more stacks on that passive, the scarier this champion becomes. Flashing in, looking for a kill, but Tolkien gets away. And here comes Sejuani. They're not going to chase it down, though. Durin just going back to his jungle.
Yeah, I think Tolkien doesn't really have the health or cooldown to set something up, and I think Begirin just couldn't chase him down there. Oh, now,
oh no, taken down.
Not in this situation.
Okay, just shy on the hook, dive from nowhere, onto Faker! No way! As now T1 continue to push in this bottom side, and I'm a little bit nervous. Coming on Brokey here, as we could have a dive, smolder breathing fire everywhere. Brokey's still alive though, and Pace jump, there we go.
Wait.
Oh no, it's a 1-for-1.
Overstep to T1 and Pace, given a lot of gold in return for that death. We'll see the replay, all the no mana for Faker, and just a little bit of a dangerous recall here. Maybe shopping already, gets caught out, and then everything lands. Unfortunately, the flash doesn't get him to safety, though. And it is a 1-for-1.
Okay, now No Way in a bit of trouble as Carrier comes in to help out. The stun out from Baker, the root is there as well. And No Way punished for his transgression. Forced to flash away over the wall. Carney gonna hunt for a hook, but action. Oh, what a shot from Owner across the map. The lantern will keep him alive for a little bit, but Brokey's gonna go down anyway. Carrier with the first one, as Owner jumped himself, doesn't have the sustain just yet, and he's gonna go down. In fact, No Way will be gifted this one. No, he won't, never mind. Urine grabs it. Brokey from Faker. Carney was moving over. Brokey getting really jumped. This Pace moves in, and he gets the Drake! That was a single auto attack, I'm pretty sure.
And it feels like the role of stealing objectives is a T180 carry tradition. Pace manages to get it there. We'll have to get a lot more to live up to.
Stun doesn't land, but No Way. I think it's just going to go down. Pace with the kill there. Carney trades it. And now for a bit of support or combat, but I think both of them just going to walk away here.
That tension, we think, did I get the kill? Oh,
Tolkien's down. Ona's moved up to the top side. And, well, with 2 auto attackers in that top lane with Grubs on your side as well. Norman's going to make short work of that tower.
ult used by Ona there, so I assume connected with that onto Tolkien. Unfortunately, this top lane matchup, we saw that near solo kill from Tolkien. I think with the second kill in the place for Darn, it's going to be pretty rough. Oh, he cancelled the recall.
I'm going to be honest, there's not a lot of damage here from NNO. All's good in long fights. Okay, there's the damage as he comes on in. The stun lands. That's going to be one for No Way. A shutdown nonetheless as well. 2-3-1 now. As he'll start to come back into this game, the CC Jade is disgusting as both top laners destroyed. Oh, Brokey in trouble as well. The flash from Faker to dodge the stun and finds himself a double kill.
That was clean.
One gets ahead. It's going to be really... I mean, look at the scaling. They're already almost 5k gold up. It's going to be 5k as this tower falls. They've got a Smolder. They've got an Aurelian Soul.
It's going to be a bit of a struggle because they are quite short-ranged, playing into things like the Aurelian Soul, like the Seraphine even. And then the ult value so high.
Brokey is so squishy. Has a great little hook there. And it's going to be a pull under the tower. Kerry is going down. Brokey narrowly survives. As Karmine finding his angles, finding his opportunities. Pace with the cleanse though, looking for the kills, finds it before he goes down.
Karmine so clean on the stretch there, landing everything. And that's Tolkien looking.
Tolkien finds a stun here, but the longer it goes on, the worse it gets for the Renekton. Doran just demolishing on the top side. A hat trick now on the Zahed. He's up to the tier 2 already.
Yeah, if I was Tolkien, I would be looking at my mid laner.
Hey, No Way, how do you fancy a lane swap right now?
I'd be asking, why did you pick me this matchup? Why did you give him this brand new champion?
Oh, it was looking good figuring on this one until Faker arrived. And now,
nice dodge.
A little too much. Under the tower they go. Ona happy to dive forward for this one. A TP coming on through from NNO. No Way looking for an angle. Karmine going for the hook again, and he finds it once more. No Way diving into the action. The sustain is there, but I don't think it'll quite be enough. Oh, maybe it will. The stun comes through from Faker as he's channeling, but he's out of mana. And Karmine wide on the hook for once. The route across the team, but Paze is just free firing. Paze is taking them down. There's another kill on the Smolder as Brokey trying to get away, but there's nowhere to go. Flashing under his tower, and he will survive.
But Brokey did so much damage there, but just the low health bars not quite enough to take them out. And Karmine, first time misses a hook, I feel there. Unfortunately, not able to find more. It's still T1 getting more and more advantages on the back of these plays. Tolkien
diving in, looking for Curious. But he can't quite get it. They're getting their second dragon. With Smolder and Aurelian Soul, does that mean they just get Soul now? That's 4 dragons, right?
No, it doesn't quite work like that.
No? No, okay. I thought you'd love a bit of dragon humor. That's all the LCK is, isn't it? Banter about dragons?
We do a lot of that. We do a lot of that. And it is a Cloud Soul, which Atlas loves. And he is king of the dragon humor, so... Oh, there's a snipe.
No Way, jump in. The lantern, the double charm as well, the roots galore. Doran diving into the action. As NNO over the wall, watching Karmine die, doing nothing, hoping for a pick. Onto Ona, they find their target. Stun comes on through, the burn is there, and it's not enough!
He's not dying!
He's still alive! The sustain coming on through! Oh god, NNO is bad to worse at this point as Paze is here to finish the kill as well. Tolkien,
run away, Tolkien, run away.
Just wondering what on earth is going on.
Oh man, no!
Oh god, he can't even get away at this point. Doran looking to chase him down. Goes for the pull on in the Dread return, and it is Dread. All it is, this game for Tolkien. Doran over the wall. I think in an awkward spot. Will be stunned up, he's underneath the tower, but the rest of T1 happy to dive on it. As it's another one to Tolkien. Karmine gets a hook, but it's 2 for Doran in the fight, and No Way has no way home at this point. Doran tanking a lot of damage from that tower, though. Needs to be a little cautious, but we're 18 minutes into the game, and T1 are already hammering onto inhib towers.
Yeah, Paze 1 stack away from 225. Should be able to get it here.
Here we go, Paze. Chunk Tiger in, no way, finishing it off. Carrier next on the chopping block is Faker. In the meantime, got Brokey, and he'll zoom on out of the base. Inhib survives though. Huge for NNO. There's now a TP play. Maybe this is the chain of events that can turn this shambles of a game around. Tolkien chasing Faker. Doran is here too though. Tolkien, he ain't tanky at this point. That's a lot of damage going on through, and Doran will be there to finish the job. Owner grabs one as Doran looks for a 2v1 on the bottom side of the fight. Gets the knock up onto Carney, and there's no way he's helping Carney on this one, as redemption for the orbital strike onto Carney as well. Tiger in solo on HP, and Owner has to flash away. No way, diving back into the fight, but Doran is loving every second. He's down, taken into his res, but you just can't kill him. You just can't kill him. Brokey tried to do what? What is that damage? It's a double for Doran. The Tiger is next, and he looks for more. Triple for Doran.
He's so much damage coming out for this champion. Oh, Carney just about. Oh no, Carrier!
T1 are loving every second of this. They're doing a G2, as it were, to NNO.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, and the game is pretty cooked for NNO. Paze has his stacks, Carrier styling on them, flashing over the wall to secure the kills, and Doran has hit raid boss status at this point.
Yeah. This game almost as cooked for NNO as my voice is at this point. There's no way now. Trying to defend this tier 2 at the bottom side. Paze. Flaps his way to safety. Look at the Tolkien, the tanks go in. Faker though stopping, no way from following up. The stun is there, damage doesn't quite finish the job. It's looking pretty good for NNO to start the fight off, as Owner looks for a little bit more, but there's not really anywhere to go, and the Dragons are starting to dominate, but there's a hook from Carney again! Carney's Thresh has been immaculate. There's no way. Looks for a bit more action. The shield is not enough against the burns. And the two Dragons pushing forwards alone in the base. Carney looking for a hook, and he finds it again. The CC is there to follow up, and Paze is down, but Doran looks for more himself and eviscerates Brokey. Going underneath the towers for a little bit more as well. Carney, the sole defender here for NNO, underneath these towers, but I'm not sure even Carney can protect himself from Doran, but Tolkien arrives and cuts through the top laner at T1.
Carney just gets him low, but he's able just to slide out. Oh, the ult from Owner.
Going in, Paze with damage onto both. Tolkien, the first target is the third, is ticking away. Mom flies on through, and Owner finishes the job as Doran low on HP, but there's no such thing as low on HP on Zahem. He just survives no matter what you do, and Brokey will be burnt to death. Another fight for T1, and they look for more. They're not interested in ending the game. They're interested in ending No Way, despite his quite generous draft. They still just wanted to kill him.
That's your coach, let him go. They'll chase him down. Faker just keeps tapping the slow on him. We'll get range, the two Dragons will beat him down.
I mean, what can you do? And the rest of T1 are finishing the job. 2 games in a row, absolute bangers here in Munich.
Alcyon is a good one to rely on.
That's true, that's true.
Oh, they're going the Cassiopeia with the poisons. Because the Twin Fangs, obviously, off your own poison, you can proc it, but you can also proc it off your teammates' poison. So with the Teemo and the Twitch, an island, an island, they're just doing their own thing.
Even when there's shenanigans everywhere else on the map. Actually, no, there are some shenanigans up top as well, because Paze has already moved in for an early gank. It's first blood. Paze.
For sure.
I mean, if there's any champion to just be sweeping up early kills, it's a Kayle. Carrier burning and taken down already. Reckless with the first kill. He's stuck up at the tower, but he's not tanking, so he'll walk away. Paze is back in the top lane again as Baus looks for Doran. But the True Silver is going to come on through. And Baus goes down for a second time in 3 minutes, as in the meantime, Faker has found Reckless, and Velia, low is Owner, flashing forwards, but doesn't get the Glare Lance. The auto should finish the job, though, and the poison ticks off.
Owner finding the solo kill in the mid lane, and then we're just getting chaos everywhere. You know, Paze is just
sneaky, sneaky! Crowny slides into the mid lane, but Paze is here. The dot taking onto Owner, but it's not enough! saves the day in the mid lane.
Peas with some excellent jungle play of just walking into lanes and auto-attacking for Nemesis.
On a bit of a signature pick of his as well, this Jhin coming back. Something we've seen time and time again is Nemesis. Looking for Ona. Velia gets the twin fangs, the poison stacking like you said, and Nemesis grabs the kill onto the Lulu from the mid lane.
I think he might end up going towards the... Hold that thought, they are going for a dive.
We'll talk about builds later as the stun against the wall. Crownie down, Reckless looking for Faker, but he gets away. Carrier also gets away. Oh, Pays also walking away as Reckless. 1 HP in a dream! And that dream becomes... What more is there to say? Oh, Faker in the mid lane. Stun comes through onto Crownie and the flick back as well. Beautifully done by Faker. And they found Rubs. This Teemo jungle looking pretty good, honestly, so far. Velia getting chased down by Pays. The grounding. Gonna keep Nemesis alive as he flashes over the wall, but that will be one group taken by T1. So not so many ganks towards this mid lane.
Yeah.
As a jungler, that's gotta feel bad. You finally get to play a lane for a little bit, and the jungler just sits in your lane the whole time. Oh, Baus, 1 HP, will fall down. That's one to Faker. Oren is scaling up nicely here. A little bit of gold lead on the Kale as Nemesis has been caught out. Carrier slides into the action as well, and Pays grabs another.
That's the thing, against 280 carries, you can only blind one of them. Good setup there. Pays landing the stun to allow Carrier to come in. Some of that bot lane synergy.
Oh, Crownie's been found. Pays has got him already. Crownie forced to flash very early on, but Carrier now stepped too far forwards. Reckless getting that damage down. Pays turning around onto Reckless though. He's in the 2v1 in the end and he'll fall. Pays barely surviving, but survive he does as Ona finds another one. And Faker is hunting Crownie. Crownie looking for a rat run on the Los Ratones, but Ona finds him and puts out a trap. Baus now getting flashed on by Doran as it's action across the entire map, but the Q is enough to scare Doran away.
Close one there. You hit
Pays is loving it. I mean, marksman on both sides of the jungle here is Nemesis getting chased down by Faker, who so far, his pike has been looking decent, but it's another wide Q as Ona keeps himself alive with the wild growth, and Pays who's trying to get this damage out. Velia though still surviving, and Pays forced to go in on the plate to dodge the poison, and it doesn't matter! He finds both of them! Pays...
He knows what to do when the game's in a bit of a dire state.
Oh, knock up onto Doran. He just used his flash earlier, taken down. Baus with a beautiful bait, finds the knockup. It's like 4 levels. You can sign up for some ganks. Pays now taking a bit of damage from Nemesis, who's pulled back in, stunned against the wall, and finished off by Faker. Crownie can't quite finish the job as amazing as he can. The poison comes on through as he tries to get into stealth, but Faker finds another.
Wait, Baus looking.
Gets slowed. Finds a bit of damage from the ultimate, but not quite the knockup. Good little combo from him, knocked up by Ona. And he'll be happy with that ultimate force from the Lulu. And that's his cull procced already as well. Very fast, considering that was on recall that he grabbed it as well. Baus finishing the job very
A little bit low in the health department.
Yeah, slowed up. Ona, he's been baited in because Crownie's still here. Crownie has spent the last 5 minutes top lane, and he is just sweeping up the kills.
It's all a bait, and I feel like this duo has just been doing so much. At the moment, the Scion just... Again!
Oh no! Again, another one falls for it. Pays though has some damage, and he's looking to turn around. Another Crownie! It doesn't work out. Baus finds it this time. Velia now in a 2v1 as Faker looks to hook him under the tower. Beautifully done. Another kill for Faker. There's now Nemesis being chased through the jungle. Faker is quietly getting well. 6-1 and 2 on the pike with a Gromp to boot. Suddenly a TP from Velia. Doran. I mean, Faker was around. Faker is not coming to help Doran. Doran down. Twin bang from Velia as Ona tried to help out his top laner and instead gets poisoned and burned. And now firing from the other side of the map is Reckless, but he can't quite finish the job. Faker behind enemy lines here. The health bars are low. That's one for Faker. Can't quite finish the second, but Velia gets the stun and turns it straight back onto Pays. T1 flee under their tower.
Faker tries to find the play, does get one, but isn't able to translate into more Baus.
Baus is just looking for them all by himself. double as Reckless dives underneath the tower. The W! Sniper! Too many times.
You just have to
this
assume every single brush bounces in there. Now Faker.
He looks for Velia, dodges the poison. Very nicely done. He just has to survive, but Velia!
Oh, he lives!
Oh my lord, Velia! The sustain on the Cassiopeia!
Game, but still have to respect there are some Fed members on the other side. Paze is looking.
Velia knocked back. Pace sort of 2v1 here, but Owner and Carrier are moving on, and it means Nemesis is caught out instead. Reckless getting chased down by Faker, and Doran's there to finish the job. 2 for T1, as in comes Baus! The ultimate onto Faker, though, keeps him alive. Nicely done by Doran at the nick of time there. Wild Growth maybe coming through as well. There's now Velia.
Oh, might be in trouble if they're closing on him.
He's trying to threaten Paze now, getting onto Baus as well. Flashes to finish the job as Crowny looks to answer. The dot should tick enough. Faker trying to protect his jungler, can't quite do the job. And this is just tooth and nail. Every second is pure carnage. Carrier gets caught by the poison. Twin Fangs finish the job as Crowny gets one. Velia looking to get the damage in, but he's outranged by Owner! Oh! Twin Fangs to the face and Faker down again. Velia somehow surviving as Crowny gets another LR. Down. The damage too good, the sustain too good. And now headed towards some spikes as well as Rod of Ages is stacking.
And especially like a lot of the composition of T1, it's so auto-attack based, right? You need to close in, there's the blind, which is a lot of threat in the Teemo, but also if you're in auto range of Cassiopeia, there's a threat of the ult, there's the Twin Fangs DPS, which is such a problem. T1 now looking for this Cassiopeia though on the top side.
Faker already getting absolutely chunked there, and Velia pulled in and finished off Pace. Grabbing that kill as Crowny has been found as well, stunned against the wall. Pace does so much damage at this point, but not enough. Crowny out DPSs him and sneaks away after everything.
And you know, he just finished the Rabadons, I believe, in the last back, so just got enough damage to be able to burst him there.
But T1, at the same time, while all of this has been going on, they're just taking towers. At this point, we are just seeing T1 now start to push towards victory.
You will say they're taking towers. Baus did just take a tower in the bottom side of the map, so he is answering back.
It's literally just 400 gold between our two teams. The closest game of the day by a bit of a margin, I'd say. 19 minutes on the clock. And you know both teams want to finish on a win today. Los Ratones trying to collapse on towards T1, but Baus found in the jungle. Faker is here as well. The ultimate a little wide, but he's still alive. Gets the knock up onto Owner, still surviving somehow. And now zombie mode to finish the job. The knock up from Owner. And the slow from the Glitter Lance as Carrier goes forward into 3 people. I don't think he realized how many were there. Velia down though as Pace arrives on the scene. Nemesis, next target for the Vayne jungle is Crowny the Drake. This is literally only the second Drake of the game at 20 minutes on the clock.
There are objectives in this game? It's been very kill focused.
It's true. Remember, Velia is going to be an absolute cannon with all the poison from his team, but Carrier diving into the action with the ult from the KL as well, but he's down once again. Oh, it's disaster for T1 as Doran doesn't have his ultimate available. But Atakan finishes the job. Atakan now down. Los Ratones grabbing the Atakan, grabbing the kills, looking for Owner as well as Reckless. Going to try and finish the job. Curtain call comes through. And Reckless finishes it off.
And considering the lead that T1 had earlier in this game, Los Ratones in full control now. Pick up the Dragon, pick up the Atakan. Not quite a clean sweep in the fight, and they will lose another one. Ult from Baus catches Paze on the Vayne as well. And with Carrier's gone, you're in big trouble now, though. Carrier goes in, nearly kills Crowny.
Carrier taken down. Baus finds another, looking for the Q. Owner sidesteps it, but he's walked into Reckless instead. That's a lot of damage at this point in the game. The curtain call again. It got Owner last time. Looking for Faker. Owner dodging. Reckless, I don't think had vision of Owner there at that point, so walks away. Faker. What? They do it! Baus does it again! Finding his mark. Paze now chased away by the rest of them as Los Ratones. They're doing it again!
You know what? He just bought another year of rent in Faker's mind.
I don't know.
You know what? It was funny the second time.
Paze is burning. Velia looking for Owner now. That's one onto Paze. Owner being chased away in the jungle. The Twin Fangs doing so much work at this point. Baus charging forwards, the knock-up onto Doran, and the knock-up onto Doran again. Crownie finishes the job as the stun comes through onto FaZe. Faker trying to help his jungler, but there's just nothing he can do. It's carrier, not FaZe, but it doesn't really matter which AD carry it is. Los Ratones are all over it, and they might just finish the game.
Bit of push down in the base. Faker, the last player standing to try and defend against 5. Not sure he can do it. Even the god himself is going to struggle here.
Los Ratones are on the cusp, and they decide to play it safe.
Or maybe
Still had a long while on the death timers, to be honest. I think they just want a bit more gameplay.
they want to play a little bit longer, you know. There's only been...
Oh no, Faker's got the root come through. He's gone. Another kill onto Faker. At this point, he's just counting them up. Owner. Oh my god! What is that damage? Baus is just having a field day. 9, 5, and 10. That's way too positive of a scoreline. Absolutely obliterated as Baus looks for more.
Wait,
that's 4.
Give him the penta.
Trying to escape. Baus timing out. No penta, but it's an ace for Los Ratones.
Oh, that's sad. I thought he was going to get it.
It felt like it.
Little bit of disrespect there from FaZe. But now Faker. Oh,
Nemesis with the sidestep and the Faker remote from Reckless as well. 2 Nexus towers down and inhib in the mid lane, but Los Ratones, they're not done. They know you're all here today for entertainment. Is this not entertainment?
75 kills. I think they want to go to 100.
At least. Owner forced away. Velia looking for more. Owner can't really back away onto the poison, but he's got reinforcements, and there we go. Doran saves the day, but Doran to go down himself. Velia is a scary snake.
T1 punch down for him. Carrier.
He's not even backing away.
Oh, Baus in the wings.
He's going in. Here comes Baus looking for pace. Baus, big damage, but no pull down his Q. Knocked into zombie mode. Won't be able to find anything this time. T1 playing well, but stunned against the wall as Pace. Then finished off as the curtain call comes through. Doran sidestepping and will get out of the cone. Reckless can't quite find the value, but the mushrooms can. As Nemesis grabs that one, Reckless is godlike as he takes down Carrier. Los Ratones playing with their food at this point as Owner goes down. The orbital strike, 900 gold. As I'm not even sure whose redemption that was, to be honest, at this point, but Velia falls.
And they're just trying to look for Faker on the base, on the fountain.
The minions have done it. Los Ratones repeat history.